Mud flaps. These are the mud flaps.
Oh, mud flaps, right.
One on each side. They need to be 2 to 10 inches off the ground, I think it was.
Okay.
From Idaho. But
mud flaps, yeah, proper distance from the ground, okay.
And securely attached, not broken, right?
Securely attached.
Not broken, not getting ready to, drop on the highway and wreck somebody.
Some cracks and stuff is okay, though, I'm assuming, for that.
It's not too big a deal. Securely attached is the big thing.
Okay.
And adequate clearance.
Okay.
Okay, here's the exhaust pipe. We didn't say anything about the exhaust pipe, but we want to check the exhaust system. Is it securely attached? Do we see evidence of leaks, which would be carbon trails or cracks?
Okay.
So this is the exhaust
carbon trails or cracks. Okay.
Alright, so we want to check that. Securely attached.
Okay.
Always. Okay. And you sort of...
What is this thing?
That's the battery box.
Do we have to check that too?
Yes. So there's your battery. It's just a 12-volt battery.
Okay.
But you want to see that it's properly mounted and securely attached. If that battery's just sitting in there floating around in the box, it's a no-go. Because what can happen is it can slide around and short out, and it could conceivably start a fire, but it would certainly cause you to lose electrical power.
Right.
Right, so you want to see that the cables, here's battery cables, are securely attached to the battery. Most batteries today, you do not need to check the fluid level. They're self-filled.
Oh yeah, they said checking the fluid level of the battery, but I don't,
Well, it would be here, but I don't think you need to do it on this one because it's maintenance
doesn't
free.
have fluid.
Well, it has fluid, it just, you don't check it. It's maintenance free.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering about, battery fluid level. That I read that and I couldn't figure out what that meant.
Well, it would be in here, but... and you on an old style battery you would, but on most modern batteries, this is just a 12-volt like a car battery.
Right.
And it's going to be maintenance free.
Okay.
Okay, so...
Cool.
Securely mounted, the battery itself, cables securely clamped, right? You don't see cracks in the battery case, you don't see acid running out onto the ground, that kind of thing.
Right.
Okay? Now, this door, you can't just slam that door shut because it won't catch. You've got to make sure that you open it and get that latch all the way latched, otherwise it's going to fly open on you when you're going down the road, and that's going to be embarrassing. Because one of the things that you need to check before you drive the bus is that all these compartments are securely latched.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure, all your latches are secure. Okay.
Okay, another mirror. Check the mirror. Securely attached. Glass is not broken. Right? Okay, let's go inside. I think that's...
Thank God.
Say emergency equipment. Now, emergency equipment on this bus is inside. And it doesn't have to be on a truck. It's in a compartment on the outside.
Emergency equipment. Oh yes, you have to have 4 triangles plus a fire extinguisher.
3 triangles. Here's your triangles right here.
You know what? It says in the Missouri thing you have to have 4. I think. Well, maybe it did say 3.
I think it'll be 3.
Right. 3 triangles, a fire extinguisher, and there's something else too, but I can't.
Fuses.
Fuses. Where are the fuses? Yeah, where are the fuses?
There aren't any. Well, I brought some of mine down here for the test, but then I took them back because they were mine.
Fuses. You just need to have car fuses.
Yeah, just go to the auto parts store. Actually, get.
Oh no, I'll email the thing and say we need spare fuses and we need wheel valve stem caps.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Which I told Adam about the valve stem caps already, but.
Okay.
No, I put fuses in it for the test because you got to have them.
Yeah.
And the inspector, when he comes in, the first thing he does is he reads this. He came in and read this data plate, which, by the way, here's your recommended tire pressure. It says 85.
Okay.
Right up there, right? It's got your date of manufacture 789. But he came in and he wrote all this down. And gross vehicle weight 21,200. That makes it a Class C, because the difference between a Class C and a Class B is 2,600 pounds.
Oh, okay.
So if it's 2,601 pounds, it's a Class B.
Ooh, okay, and we don't want that.
C. So this is a Class C. It's the lowest CDL there is.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Alright, so, safety equipment. 3 triangles. Fire extinguisher properly rated. Charge is in the green.
Oh, yeah.
And inspected recently. This one's just
2009. Okay.
We just put this in new when I went down for the test. Fuses. Fuse box is here under the dash in case anybody asks you. I don't know if you can see it, but
okay, and that's where you would replace the fuses if they broke?
If they broke, that's right.
Okay.
Now,
fuse box is under the dash on the left.
On the left.
Okay.
Mounted on the firewall. Now here's a first aid kit. Now you do not need a first aid kit for this bus because this is not a school bus.
Okay.
This is a church bus. Right?
Yeah.
So, but it's here anyway because it was built as a school bus.
Right.
I never even looked to see what's in there, but yeah, it looks like it's all there. Except it probably doesn't have the blood fluid, fluid thing because that's all post-AIDS, and when this bus was built, AIDS wasn't an issue.
Right. Okay, so.
Okay.
Awesome.
Now, all right, so gotta be careful we don't forget anything in here. Okay, now on the inside, safety equipment, we did that. Now, glass, right? Glass is not damaged. In Missouri, it says not damaged. So no cracks, no stone chips, no nothing.
Okay.
Okay. The driver's seat should be properly mounted and securely attached.
They're going to ask you about the driver's seat?
Well, no, because you're going to tell them about it.
Oh.
And seatbelt. Seatbelt needs to be properly mounted, securely attached. It needs to be one. If there isn't one, then you can't drive it. You want to look at the fabric. You shouldn't see excessive wear. Shouldn't see any cuts. Right?
Okay.
This tab needs to be on, and then it needs to be properly mounted to the floor on both sides.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and windshield. We did that. Mirrors. Again, you check your mirrors for adjustment in here.
Yes. Okay. Check mirrors for adjustment.
Right. Now, this bus has an auxiliary hydraulic system, and you can check the brake. You have to check the auxiliary hydraulic system before when it's all turned off, like it is now. So I'm going to do it now. When you press this, you're going to hear a whir. That's an auxiliary hydraulic system. It's run by the electrical system.
Oh.
It's a backup in case the main system fails. But that's on your test.
2.
Check that.
And you press it 3 times, and then...
Not for this.
Oh, not for that. That's the auxiliary hydraulic backup.
This is the auxiliary hydraulic backup, and all you want to do is press it once and hear it buzz.
Okay.
That means it's working.
Awesome.
Okay? Now, let's start it up. Oh, before we do, notice, this bus does not have park.
Okay.
This is reverse up here, not park. This is the handbrake. You must set the handbrake anytime you stop the bus to get out of it. If you don't set the handbrake and get out of the bus, you are going to fail right then and there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's that.
Because you don't want the bus rolling down the hill.
I saw a guy trying to get a Class A CDL, didn't set his brakes on his 18-wheeler and got out.
Oh my
gosh. The inspector
gosh.
set it for him when I was down there. So
oh my gosh.
People do make those mistakes. Okay, so and here's a release button. Okay.
Okay, wait. Release button is...
Right there, that sort of purple thing.
Okay, release button. Got it, yep.
And that's you push on that and then get it down. Now this thing is really stiff, but that's all right.
Okay.
Okay, so start is in neutral. Brake is set. All right. This has a manual choke, which is here. So we're going to give it some choke because it's cold. And it's a gas. It's a carburetor, so it's not like these fuel injection things you're used to. You got to, pump it once or twice and give it a little throttle.
Okay.
Now. Okay, so we let it, and this takes a little while longer because the throttle's set here. I can actually